mid-season special that we are bringing today for you, 11th of July. We had a scheduled match between Bombay Brigadiers and the Bangalore Buzzers, but because of the forfeit, because of the no-show by Bangalore Buzzers, the Bombay Brigadiers took away the 2 points today, and that gave us an opportunity to us to conduct the mid-season special edition. Here we have 6 of our pilots that are going to compete in teams of 2, 3 pilots each, and each team is composed of, let's see, the first team is of Napster, NJ, and Propwash, and the second one is of Oni, 25 milliwatts, and Anand. So we're going to follow the same format, and it's going to be internally between Napster and Oni, NJ and 25 milliwatts, and Prop Wash and Anand. If you're able to hear us clearly, do let us know in your comments below. Rathi today is not joining us, unfortunately. So those who are fans of Rathi, you will have to wait until the next weekend. But tomorrow also, yeah, we have a race coming up tomorrow as well, international one with D1 Racing. But tonight it's the mid-season special. So let's go ahead with this special edition and see what's going to happen today. Let's go straight to the pit area. We have a wonderful track. This is a very high-speed track that we have laid out for you today. And that gives an opportunity for the pilots to express themselves in a very nice way. It's a very flowy track. You can look at it, and it also looks very nice in different colors. It's like a countryside format, and you can see some X shapes out there. So when we look at it from the FPV view, it is really beautiful. So right now the pilots are practicing. Let's quickly take a look at some of the other views of this track. Right now we are following Napster. Napster is in green. You can see he's taking turns around those 2 gates, and we have different views of Napster around the track. It's a very fun track. It's not at all complicated, and it's got a little bit of technicality to it, but mostly a lot of flow. So a lot of things that pilots can try right now. Ample room, as you can see, nothing is too crunched up here and there. And let's take up a close view now of from the FPV view of these pilots. Let's take a look at who is flying, maybe Prop Wash. Look at that. Wonderful feed coming to us from Prop Wash FPV. It's a great feeling, and it's very nice to look at the track. The many colors of the track, green, purple, and pink as well, and you know, and it's a very open area as well, so it brings an air of freshness into this track. So let's begin now. We are starting at 10:54 p.m. Indian Standard Time for our international viewers, and we're going to begin with round number 1 and heat number 1. So all 6 pilots are going to fly together, and internally they will be competing amongst themselves, as we have already been done. And below there on the bottom left, as you can see, always we have an updated score sheet for you, so you can follow along the score points as we race along with you tonight for this special edition of a mid-season of SAH
Wait, I
Championships
got this.
season number 2. All right, pilots, your practice time is over now. The race will be starting automatically in 30 seconds. We're going to keep a
Wait,
strict.
I got disconnected, Karan.
Okay, looks like Napster is disconnected at this point in time. So should we unlock the server for you? Okay, looks like we have lost. No, Napster, you're still in. You're still flying.
No, it's me, 25.
Oh, 25. We lost you. Okay. All right, you can join in 25. Let's keep ourselves connected, guys. Meanwhile, some more pilots to look at. That's Anand till we wait for 25 milliwatts. So it's going to be very strict on time. Okay, guys, we're going to start exactly within maximum of 45 seconds between each of the races. There'll be a 45-second timer, and that will go on right till round number 10, back to back. We might take a little bit of a break in between at round number 5. And for viewers, every round is going to be scored as a 1-0 between the internal team players of the two opposite teams. And round number 10, as you know, is going to be of 3 points for the top pilot of a particular team. Do we have the missing pilot now?
You can start. I'll try joining next. It hanged.
Okay, cool. So let's start, guys. Exactly, we are on schedule now to start at 10:56. Let's go ahead without any stoppage further, and the strict rules enforced from here on. So let's go, guys, at the count of less than 5. There you go. The pilots have taken off, and we are right now following Anand, but let's switch quickly to the view of Oni FPV. Oni FPV is in the lead at this point in time, with Napster taking on Oni from behind. Napster, and now it's NJ. Napster fell off quickly. Look at that, how close they are right now in the game. NJ is following Oni. Propwash is also coming in. And Anand is, who started at spot 1 almost, is now climbing at spot number 4. So overall, this looks to be pretty competitive. A very fair split of teams has happened over here. So we are anticipating a good race between these pilots. Oni FPV has taken a good amount of leap of faith in this very first round itself, and he has catapulted himself at spot number 1. So this is going to be an easy bite for Oni FPV. He's already in lap number 3, gate number 7, and NJ is a little far behind he was, but now he's closing in. NJ is gathering speed. Usually he is a little slow in his first couple rounds, but then he gathers speed and then he settles in. So that's what we are waiting to watch from NJ. And again, closely following is Napster to NJ, and behind the Napster is Propwash FPV, and finally Anand. Let's switch to NJ because Oni has finished his track, and NJ is about to complete his share of gates as well. So a quick announcement for our viewers who are just tuning in. This is the mid-season special. Today we had a forfeit of the game by the Bangalore Buzzers, awarding the points to the Bombay Brigadiers, as we had announced on our social media. And so that gave us an opportunity to present to you a mid-season special. So 45 seconds have begun for you pilots. Within 45 seconds,
Unlock the room, please.
Sure. Room is unlocked. Till then, we start a timer of 45 seconds out here. All right, you have, are we joined in with the other pilot, 25 milliwatts? Okay,
I'm
yeah.
in the race. Can you do a test launch?
Okay.
I'm in spectate.
Okay, let's do a test launch quickly, guys. And
Napster,
yeah, test launch, please.
इसमें 25 मिलियन नहीं था क्या?
Yeah, the last race was not 25 milliwatts. Okay, so hold on. We'll have to go back in the stream and calculate who won against whom. Oni won 1 point against Napster, and NJ won 1 point. And finally, who was it? Anand or Propwash that won? Okay, we'll keep that open right now. So looks Okay, guys, we're ready to go now. Let's start in the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And your round number 2 begins right now.
ये क्या हुआ? दो बार दो 25 मिलियन क्यों दिख रहा है मुझे?
Just 1 minute, let me check. 25 milliwatts, only one is 25 milliwatts.
ये क्या हो रहा है सब?
It's
मुझे
correct.
दो 24 मिलियन दिख रहा है और मुझे सेशन से कितना ये किक आउट हो चुका, मतलब यहाँ मालूम नहीं. मेरा फ्लाइंग तो भी
Okay. Uh,
रेस तो भी बंद है ना, मतलब
नहीं नहीं, चालू चालू है रेस. सो वी एनजे सुनाई दे रहा है? सुनाई दे रहा है एनजे?
हाँ,
ओके. सो क्या प्रॉब्लम है?
मैंने सब लोग को म्यूट कर दिया है, मैंने खाली तेरा ही ऑन रखा है.
हाँ हाँ. तो तुम्हारा कुछ प्रॉब्लम है क्या गेम में?
करंट को अनम्यूट करूँ? क्या काम है कुछ? अरे यार.
Okay, guys, let's start.
हेलो. हेलो करण.
Yes.
हाँ, काम था कुछ आपने?
नहीं नहीं, ठीक है सब. Let's start round 2. Okay, there you go. The launch has happened for round number 2. Let's follow one of these pilots on EFPV, and on EFPV again taking the lead. Look at that. Those curves and lines are pretty tight for Oni, and Oni is a pilot that has really matured from the last few games, and he has really shown his true form at IDRL SAH. So let's get into the FPV view of Oni now. Brilliant pilot. And it was not much of a practice time that he got as well for this map, because this was between the Bombay Brigadiers and the Bangalore Buzzers, but Oni seems to have really adapted to the track pretty quick. Now, if we follow NJ from behind, NJ is trying to close up, and behind NJ is 25 milliwatts. Very close gap between 25 milliwatts and NJ. That's an interesting race to watch. So let's tune into 25 milliwatts third person view and try to track 25 milliwatts out here. So 25 milliwatts really trying to upshake the game over here. He had a little bit of a crashy performance last time around. This time he is coming back and trying to take over at least the second spot in this round. Meanwhile, on FPV just surges along. He has already completed his round number 2. And let's move into
Oni is too fast.
the 25 milliwatts FPV view. See what's happening. So that's 25 milliwatts, and now everybody has completed their races. So let's go. We have Oni has 1 over. So you can see the live updated scorecard now. Oni is 1 over Napster, and NJ is also 1. And then we have Anand is 1 over Prop Wash. So this is exactly the same result of the previous round. So both the teams are equal. Well, team 2 is leading at this point with 4 points to 2. And that means team number 1 needs to really get back into this game. So let's go ahead now within 30 seconds of the timer to start with round number 3. And Looks like we have sorted out all the technical issues with the pilots. They are staying connected with us. And that's always a good sign. Viewers who are just joining us, if you are experiencing any kind of video or audio difficulty, do let us know in the comments below so that we'll keep this race running smoothly for you. Again, this is a Saturday night mid-season special. And so let's go, pilots, at the count of less than 5. This time we are tuning straight into the eyes of 25 milliwatts. Let's take you through the FPV view of 25 milliwatts. Look at that. A brilliant series of drones coming in straight away, and 25 milliwatts trying to maneuver around those drones in their trails in front of him. And it's pretty competitive out here. Very fast countryside track that will suit some of these pilots like 25 milliwatts who are used to very flowy tracks. And let's follow Oni FPV now with the first person view. Oni FPV looks very nice. His lines are very clean. Look at that. Absolutely no kind of leeway as to leaving any kind of time in between the consecutive gates that he has to cross. So keeping it very, very tight. And let's now see the lines of NJ as well. And you can also see below that we have some joysticks, virtual joysticks for you. So those who are beginners and those who are just beginning into FPV racing, you will find these virtual joysticks very, very helpful for you. NJ is coming into lap number 3 now. Oni FPV nearly done with his lap number 1. Oni FPV truly is showing that he is the king of this track without really getting enough time to practice. He came in at the last moment, and Prop Wash is actually getting back into this game. So Prop Wash has a very good chance. Looks like some of the other pilots did not perform that well, like Napster, 25 milliwatts, and Anand. But Prop Wash has really gotten back himself in good gear, and he seems to be enjoying this part of the track now. Those tilted triangles upside down, and this X racing kind of a race is being enjoyed by Prop Wash. So the people that are remaining to complete the race are Napster, Anand, and 25 milliwatts. So Napster also completes his part of the race. 25 milliwatts will be done as well, followed by Anand. So that gives us the rankings. Oni FPV scores once again. It's a 3-on-3 for Oni FPV. NJ scores again, so it's identical. And Prop Wash this time actually scores for his team. So that is very, very encouraging. So that is the 3-point distribution out there, as you can see on your live display. All right, so again, a 45-second timer for our pilots. After 45 seconds, we'll start round number 4. Right now, it's looking close. It's very close. It's
हेली हेलीकॉप्टर उड़ाना सीख ले भाई तू पहले
it's
हेली पायलट बन ले
it's team 1 is 4 points and team 2 is 5 points.
हाँ हाँ बोल रहे हैं ओनी को कैसे
So the pilots having a chat amongst themselves, trying to get their strategies right over here. And let's see now what happens in round number 4. So let's go, pilots, at the count of all right, pilots, let's go at the count of less than 5. Your race starts now. Oni taking on the race with the other guys. Oni is looking seriously good right now. He's really leading as a captain. His team 2, along with 25 milliwatts and Anand, really showing them the way in this brilliant track. All right, so there we are with Oni FPV right now. Oni is at gate number 22, lap number 2, and NJ is kicking speed into it right now, but he's really failing to catch Oni FPV no matter what his tries are right now. So, in fact, the match between Napster and NJ is quite close. So let's take a look at that. And Anand has actually come in. So Anand and Napster, this is a close one to watch. Let's look at that. So another angle would give us a better view out here, following Napster in that green drone. And just ahead of him is Anand. Look at that. Very tough competition between both of them, eager to steal the points from each other for their teams. Oni FPV has won the first spot and thereby the point one for his team. NJ again repeats his success in this round as well. And Napster is beginning to gain some form. Napster is somebody who has also qualified for the race tomorrow with D1 Racing IDRL professionals. So you'll be seeing Napster tomorrow as well. So that's the scorecard for now. 25 milliwatts was the pilot who came in 6th just right now. And Oni FPV now taking 1 point, 4 in a row for him. NJ taking 1 point also. Again, a back-to-back 4-pointer for him. And Anand this time scores that 1 point. So the gap between yeah, so it's Oni and Napster and Anand and Propwash. Okay, cool. So it's 7 points to 5 points. Team B is leading right now. As you can see on the scorecard, the one that is below, Oni's team is leading at this point. 2 points over Napster and NJ's and Propwash's team. So let's see what happens in round number 5 in just under 30 seconds. Meanwhile, we'll just bring you some more views, far view and close-up views of this track. Show you the entire field around. Look at that. That's the countryside that we have put the track into today. From the overall length and breadth of this track, it's not that quite big, but in terms of the length that is internal to it, that the drones have to travel with all the curves, it's a pretty decent one. So pilots, let's get going now. We have started our timer out there. There you go, the pilot's taking off, and right now we have tuned into Napster. Napster is looking good. Napster is following Oni at this point in time. A very close competition between both these pilots. 25 milliwatts has chipped in. This is getting very, very interesting now in round number 5. One of these pilots is going to take home the first position. Oni FPV looking really good. Again, NJ is closely following him, but somehow Oni FPV just keeps slipping away as soon as he gets towards the second part of this first lap. But look at that, NJ has really kicked it right now. NJ is giving a tough time to Oni FPV, coming right back from behind, and he's just 2 gates away from Oni FPV. And so is 25 milliwatts. Each of them are trying to capture that position number 1. Look at that, neck and neck with each other. All these 3 pilots. Oni FPV just maintaining a little bit of a distance with NJ. It's now getting a little bit increased, about 10 odd gates, and Anand now coming in from behind. So interesting to watch between NJ and Anand. Let's take a view at those 2 pilots. NJ, look at that, and Anand, and it's actually between Napster and, okay, so it's between Napster and Anand right now. So let's look at Napster and Anand. Look at that. Napster, a little bit of a slight edge in front of Anand. You can see the green drone of Napster trying to keep Anand's drone at bay as far as possible. Anand trying to catch the tail of Napster out here, but if Anand, oh wow, it's so close. It's going to be really close, this one. Both of them are really, really too good. And Napster, if he's able to hold on, he does. Look at that, 400 milliseconds of a difference between Napster and Anand. This is the closest one that we have gotten so far. And that's the scorecard. Very good competition on this round, on round number 5. This is where the pilots have really warmed it up with halftime going on. Oni FPB has won again. So Oni FPB will take on that 5 pointers. And NJ again doing the same thing for his team. And this time it's actually Napster who takes on, oh well, Oni has won against Napster, so it will be Anand against, yeah, Anand has won against Prop Wash. So Anand will be taking that 1 point. And so now the score levels to 9 points for Team B and 6 points for Team A. So it looks fairly good right now. And anything can happen over the course of the next 5 rounds, because round number 10 is the surprise package. This is where you can score 3 points for your team and you can really topple the whole game at the last round. 5 more rounds remaining for the pilots. And let's go, pilots, now. Okay, so 5 more rounds remaining for the pilots, and we're going to go in less than 5 starting now. Right, pilots, let's get ready. Napster, you're tuned into him. Let's see how he competes in this one. He has come back from behind, Napster. So Napster is really trying to make it all count for his team right now. And Oni FPV is seriously looking good once again. Oni FPV is always so good to look at from the first person view. We'll give you a first person view of Oni FPV's feed so that you can really learn, and those beginners and amateur pilots who want to really improve their game should really watch Oni FPV's feed, because this is exactly the feed that you would otherwise get if you're flying in sort of the real world scenario, if this was a real track. And simulation and simulators these days have become really so close. The physics have become so really good, and with GPUs and all those 3D graphics, you can really feel that you are right in the middle of that track, as we are feeling right now with the Oni FPV. And so we will be looking at NJ's feed next night now. And NJ is also doing pretty well over here. He's trying to turn around those gates. Those X gates are out there with NJ, and he has to make sure that he tries to cover it very tight as much as Oni has done. This time NJ has improved a little bit, but 25 milliwatts is the surprise from 25 milliwatts. Let's catch the action between 25 milliwatts and NJ. Look at that, very, very close pilots out here, and they are absolutely the ones that are entertaining us on this particular round. So yeah, NJ has completed. Next is Napster, who has finished, and then we will be watching Prop Wash coming into the finish gate as well. So let's see the final draw out here. 137 clocked in as the top time for Oni at round number 6. And then we have 25 milliwatts coming in. And 25 milliwatts has defeated NJ out there. So he picks up 1 point for his team. That was a real surprise. So that will be a 0 point for NJ, because he was really 5 points all back to back, and now he did not score a point. And 25 milliwatt got his first point out there for his team. So that's really encouraging. And Prop Wash has this time scored against Anand. So it's looking still pretty competitive. It's a 4 point game right now. As we go through R7, R8, R9, and R10, anything is still possible on the cards. So, pilots, let's get ready and start this next one in less than 5. Welcome to our viewers. This is our mid-season special IDRL Season 2. The scheduled match between Bombay Brigadiers and the Bangalore Buzzers was forfeited because of a no-show by Bangalore Buzzers, and Bombay Brigadiers run away with those two crucial points in this series. So right now, this gives an opportunity for us to present to you the special edition. Some interesting players and pilots are taking part in this format, and we have kept a special price for them as well. Season 5 jerseys are coming along. A big announcement, guys. Those who are interested in IDRL Season 5 jerseys, they will be available to you very, very soon. And we have also found out something that would allow you to buy season 4, season 2, season 3, season 4, season 5 jerseys anytime. So we are going to keep all of these jerseys, and you can buy any of these jerseys from the IDRL store. And we have found a very good partner, and thank you to the Indian robotics community, IRC, and especially Rex FPV, who has helped us with that particular jersey design and production. So that's coming along right in time for the IDRL VIT edition in October. And hopefully, if the whole COVID situation comes along well, we will be up and running by the end of October. Right now, we are tuned into Prop Wash. 3 jerseys will be given away again for the winning team, and NJ is doing pretty well. He has, but 25 milliwatts, he seems to have found his sweet spot, because he is now beginning to dominate.
No.
Oh, but look at that. NJ, he really crashed ahead of that gate, and he was about to take the second position, 25 milliwatts, but what an unlucky gate that turned out to be the finish gate for 25 milliwatts. Very, very unfortunate for 25 milliwatts. He was right in the groove for this round number 7, but look at that. That actually helps even out the scoring a little bit, because NJ comes back and picks up his 1 point for his team, and Prop Wash looks like he has defeated Anand in this round. So team number 1 has really come back in this round. So there you go. Oni has defeated Napster, NJ has defeated 25 milliwatts, and Prop Wash has defeated Anand. So the game is now a close 3 points. As we said, anything can happen in round number 10. And if everybody is ready, let's quickly go ahead with round number 8 starting now. It's a beautiful night tonight. We are presenting to you a very special edition of our mid-season. It's a very casual race, and interesting pilots, and some prizes as well. 3 jerseys, as we said, for the winning team. And those who want to get into IDRL and the whole drone racing scene in India, please go to droneracingindia.com, or you can also download the IDRL app, and you can start joining right away. We have a whole community now. It's 2,110 members strong, and each of these pilots are very, very cordial, and they will welcome you to the community. So become a member and do join us. Meanwhile, we see the race 25 milliwatts wasn't the one to pick up at this point in time for the race of this round. And Oni is again ruling the universe out here. He seems to have a complete domination of this track, and nothing can upset Oni. But oh my God, NJ has come back. Look at that, a very, very close competition. These three pilots are back to back. Can Oni come back? Oni does come back. Wow, superb racing between Oni and NJ. That's one of the finest that we have seen so far in all these rounds. And NJ is just about 2 gates behind Oni. Prop Wash is also coming in behind NJ, and wonderful scenes out there. Close competition, and Oni FPV should be able to hang on and win his first sweet spot out there. NJ does the routine second one, and Prop Wash. So this was a repeat of the previous round, and accordingly we will be scoring, and that actually would bring the deficit of team number 1 down to 2, it looks like. So if we give NJ and Prop Wash 1 point each, and Oni gets 1 point, then that means that we have actually got a 2-point game now. Wow, this is so entertaining and interesting. Round number 9, guys, this is amazingly close. Round number 10, remember, it's going to be 3 points at round number 10, and only one pilot will take those 3 points for his team. So the whole game can now topple away. 2 more rounds awaiting for you in this last leg of the competition. Let's go ahead with round number 9 starting.
Where is Napster?
Okay, so Napster is there. He's flying. He seems to have crashed along, but we can still see him on the pilot radar out here. So let's see if Napster can kick in. Okay, we have a 2-minute timer now starting for Napster. Napster, you are given 2 minutes to come back into this game to save your team. Announcement, Napster, you're given 2 minutes. We have started on the clock for you to get back into this game as per the rules. And if anybody has any update from Napster, do let us know quickly so that we can start the next round immediately. And welcome YouTube viewers. Thank you for sticking around for this mid-season. The next one will be following up on our regular schedule. And let's just quickly go through the schedule out here for your purpose as we wait for Napster in between. So the next match is going to be between 2 wonderful new teams. It's going to be between the Team Rotor Vellore, Team Rotor FPV from VIT Vellore versus the
Napster is back.
Pondicherry Pelicans. That's coming up for you on the 17th of July, next weekend, next Saturday. All right, guys, so we are back, and now let's go for it. Let's go for the last one out here. Some little bit of error out there from Napster, but we'll start the race now, starting now. On the podium, all the pilots getting in their gear. Round number 9, very, very crucial out here. The last round coming in for these pilots, and each of these pilots are going to give their very best for their round. Look at that, Oni FPV and Napster. Napster is going straight away for the head pack out here. Oni FPV is not caring anymore. He's really off to his own race away out here. Napster, meanwhile, is wanting to get into that spot number 1 anytime he can soon. But right now he is just following a little close behind Oni. But Napster, look at that. Napster is really kicking in. Napster is about 2 gates away. So So there you go, and Napster is still in the race, active in the competition in round number 9. Oni FPV, he's about just 6 gates behind Oni FPV. Can he come back in lap number 3? That's the question to answer for Napster. Lots of pressure on him, but he's not going to just bend under that pressure. He's going to really take it all the way for his team. Oni FPV looking good, and 25 milliwatts. So 25 milliwatts and Napster are now competing for the second spot. So Napster is really sandwiched between the pilots of the other team, and NJ is coming right behind 25 milliwatts. We are still following Napster. Oni, meanwhile, has made it. He eventually faced no threat whatsoever from Napster, although Napster was looking within inches in the first 2 laps. And 25 milliwatts takes away his podium at spot number 3. NJ kicking in at 4th, and Prop Wash 5 and Anand 6. So let's look at the scorecard out here now. It's very interesting. The scorecard has now shown us that Oni FPV, again, 9 points in a row. Oni FPV is a clean sweep. He has won 9 rounds in a row. And Napster has won. No, Napster has lost against Oni. That was a very close one. He has to get the last round, Napster, if he has to really win for his team. 25 milliwatts versus NJ. 25 milliwatts won out there. And Prop Wash. So Prop Wash was the only player for his team to really gather the points. And so now it's really actually a 3-point game. If team number A wins, then it's a tie. Each of them walk away with the prizes. And if it's Oni or any of the pilots from team B, then they're going to win this race and they're going to win the prizes. So let's go ahead, guys. The last round now coming up for you guys in less than 5. And Napster has to really make it or break it right now if he has to. Yeah, and Napster is doing pretty well. Look at that. But he's quickly fallen down to spot number 6. That's not a good sign. Unless Prop Wash does something out here that's really innovative. NJ is catching it on. Either NJ or Prop Wash or Napster have to come in that spot number 1. Oni is a little bit behind now, but he can catch it up. Look at that. Fierce competition at the last round. What an entertaining sequence of pilots. Wow, amazing. Not sure which one to focus on, but NJ is in the lead at this point in time, and the action is all happening between Oni and Prop Wash. Let's tune into Oni and Prop Wash. Look at that, a chaos of pilots, of drones really circling it up between the gates, and this is so close between Oni and and Oni has really made it past NJ now. NJ was in the lead, but Oni has really snatched it away in lap number 2. But still, NJ is right at gate number 29, 2 gates behind Oni. And 25 milliwatts is also catching in. But it's all up to NJ, make it or break it for his team to really take home those 3 points. And NJ is also coming in from behind. He's not given up as yet, because NJ is a fighter out there. Oni FPV looking in a commanding position out here, 4 gates away now, 5 gates, 6 gates away, and he might just run away with those 3 crucial points and the victory. But NJ can come back. Can he come back and make it for his team? He looks really close, but it is Oni. Oni has won it. Oni completes 10 in a row and wins for his team. Oni, 25 milliwatts, and Anand all walk away with 3 prizes of Season 5 jerseys coming for them in September. So congratulations, pilots. You have just won some wonderful Season 5 jerseys. And that's the real wrap up out here. The final draw has been the scoreboard in front of you. That was 18 points versus 12 points. And you can see it was really close right up till the end. NJ could have taken it. Napster started really fast, and he could have really, if he had maintained his first position, could have held on. But it was really up to NJ and Propwash at the very end. But in the end, Oni, the champion, has taken home all the points for his team as well as for himself, and that's a great performance by Oni. So the man of the match is Oni. Well done, Oni, for your wonderful performance. And followed by Oni is NJ. NJ has won eight rounds out of his 10. He was almost about to win. Sorry, 7 points out of his 10. He was almost about to win round number 10 as well. So there you go, audience. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We have had so much of fun with these exclusive set of pilots for our mid-season special, and hope you enjoyed being with us tonight. The next one, let's quickly announce to you once again the next match coming up on next Saturday as per our race schedule are the two new teams, the team Rotor FPV from VIT Vellore versus the Pondicherry Pelicans. It's going to be the new entrants, and we're going to witness them for the very first time in this competition. And their pilots are already getting famous internationally. Dev Web FPV will be there. Probably OSS also will be there from Team Rotor VI Vellore. She is the first woman pilot to represent India at the international level. Do catch her tomorrow along with Dev FPV for D1 Racing IDRL Pro, and interesting to watch would be the Pondicherry Pelicans. So 3:30 p.m. tomorrow. Do join us in the afternoon, and it's going to be the international race. It's going to be a thriller. So right now we are closing in from our studios in Mumbai from the IDRL Theatre. Thank you so much for tuning in, and hope you have a very good night and sweet dreams. Thank you so much for tuning in.